Took another day, it was a copperhead, now it's wasps. Tired of it. Had a little pop to it. Got him. That almost took my eyebrows off. Whoo boy. Look at me, I haven't even done anything yet and I'm sweating like a crazy person. Actually, just kidding. I've been buttoning up a few things on Yogi. The electrical harness in the 4L80E was actually leaking out into the plug, so dove into that, changed that harness out. Reman transmissions, man, I tell you what, it's definitely a struggle with those until you find somebody reliable. Enough about that. It's July in the South. It is humid, it's hot. I got all nasty and sweaty doing all that, but we have a few hours left in the day. I'm gonna work on this guy. We're gonna give her the old chop, chop. We picked up some steely steel. We're building a new front cross member. Actually, I don't know what we'll get done today. We're actually at least gonna get the old motor mounts removed. We're gonna get this cross member cut out, get the old steering bracket cut off the chassis, shock mounts, and then probably start looking at about a cross member for the front. See how far we get. Yeah, not too much to talk about today. We got a pretty straight path. Let's get to it. Funny, the auto darkening helmet, the auto dark feature on this helmet's not worked in a long time, and all of a sudden it started to be weird and flash. Cool. So, pretty short work of that. Get the shock mounts out of here too. Get those on. Alright, so I don't want to take this out until I get this tightened up. I don't want the front ends of the frame to move or spread. So I guess the next plan of attack is to cut these back behind the crappy bumper attachment points, get it cut back flush to some better material, and then chop up a new front cross member out of some heavier material. Make it happen. And I've said this before on this channel, Sharpies, throw them in the trash. Milwaukee ink saws. These things rot on grease, dirt, it doesn't matter. You get one swipe with a Sharpie on grease and it's done. Cutty cut. Cutty cut. Yeah, I dig it. So we'll actually make some really nice end caps that tie back into the chassis. We'll actually make this ridiculously strong for a recovery point and a place to attach a winch bumper to. So with that tacked up, let's get this cut out. And I'm probably gonna call it a day because it's hot. Cut it out, cut it out. So I don't know how many people at home that watch this channel are into international specifically or just into general off-road. I would imagine most of you are probably into scouts. I hope we can change that. I hope that if you happen to be watching this channel right now and you are just into general fabrication, four-wheel drive, off-road, mechanicing and stuff like that, yeah, we happen to drive an international, but we do lots of cool custom suspension. We do lots of custom engine swaps and all that good stuff. So smash the like button, hit subscribe, and hang out with us for a little while. Scrap pile, wasp nests, dirt daubers, rat's nests, all the pretties. So, I think we'll go through before we put the plasma up and cut just a few more of the, kind of tidy up the edges a little bit so we don't have to grind so much off, but I believe that's us for the day. Sunday afternoon, decided I would try to get a few hours in on this guy. It's actually raining a little bit. I've managed to push the Scout in far enough where at least I'm not getting drenched, and nothing glamorous really going on today. I'm actually trying to repair the floors. I'd mentioned that they had been installed improperly. They were slanted towards the back, so we got that one cut out and straight across, and I'm actually in the process of cutting this one out. The driver's side, you can really see how sloped it is. It's tapered towards the back. So the plan of attack is, once I get the floors cut out and placed back in, at least tacked in properly, I'm actually going to come in on the rocker line and I'm going to chop the whole inner and outer rocker out about up to floor level. Some of this 3/16 heavy wall square tubing, make a nice heavy set of rock sliders. Like I said, probably won't bore you with too much of this today. Just trying to keep up progress. Well, today was a good day. Managed to get 2 hours in on this thing. Like I said, nothing super fancy, but we did manage to get the floors in a lot better alignment. They're setting nice and flat now. Like I mentioned before, the next plan of attack is to chop that bottom section of the quarter, the inner rocker, outer rocker, all out up to the very bottom of the floor. Throw some 3/16 heavy wall tubing in there. It'll probably be later on in the week, but stay tuned. It's Saturday. Look who we managed to somewhat sneak into the shop. We got enough room just to get him in here a little bit. It's actually supposed to rain today, so I wanted somewhere dry to work on this guy. So mission for today is to get the rockers and inner rockers cut and get this heavy wall tubing put in. We're actually going to incorporate the rocker protection into the body via the 2.5 inch, or actually 2 inch, I'm sorry, 2 inch 3/16 wall square tubing. Let's get into it. So, figure out what we got cut. And then we'll make a nice straight tape line and
So pretty decent fit. I'm actually gonna have to take a cutoff wheel. We got some metal that's hanging and keeping everything from fitting tight on the outside, but overall not bad. Door still closes. And I'm not even sure I'm actually gonna run doors. Ideally, I think I may take a top, a not so great top, and cut the roof skin out of it and actually make some slugs on the cage to bolt the top to. And maybe see about having some soft doors made. So just take like some quarter rod and make a frame and have a boat shop maybe do some upholstery work on it. If anybody has a good idea on how to tackle that, let me know. But we got plenty of tubing sticking out here. Obviously, we're gonna run 40s on this. This stuff is all gonna have to be cut down. This is gonna have to be chopped down. But for now, I think we can do a little bit of trimming and call that fit up. We'll do some welding.
That side was less fun. It fought with me a little bit. I actually got into the tank well and cut it. The tank well had actually been bent on this side. I don't know if a tire had blown or what, but it was kind of caved in. And instead of replacing a bunch of metal that I didn't need to, I got in and straightened it all out. But I may have cut a little too much, so it's fine though. We may have welded up like some 1/4 inch gaps. It's good, no big deal. But turned out pretty decent. Also ended up throwing a little patch right there in the quarter. It was soft and mushy, so got that in there. But the doors actually line up reasonably well. I'm actually impressed. So I'm gonna clean up the shop. I'm gonna DA some of this down. I'm gonna spritz some black paint on it so it doesn't get surface rusted as bad. And at least on the welds, I'm actually gonna take some measurements and we're gonna throw this piece of steel for the rear cross member in the old plasma table and blast some holes out in it. No oil, no cutting oil. No. I just don't tell me hell in my life. So, got that guy all cut out. As you can see, got 4 holes throughout the top for the bushing to snap into, and then we got access holes in the appropriate location so that you can get the underside of the bushing in and get the nut and the bolt started. So, I've got to do a little bit of measuring on the back of the chassis because this is actually a little thicker than the factory unit, so I'm gonna have to pay attention to the offset of these holes when I cut the chassis. So I'm gonna go do a little bit of math, get that all marked out, we'll get this guy welded on. So we mathed a little bit. We're gonna end up taking 1 3/4 inches off the back of the chassis to get our body bushing holes to line up where they need to be. So let's make a few cuts, let's get it done. I'm actually gonna go ahead and cut. Somebody scabbed something nasty on the side of the frame. I don't know what it is, but I'm gonna try to cut it off too. So let's do it. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm not gonna make you guys sit here and watch me weld that up. We'll crawl underneath it and get that all punched in there and happy. So we got the super awesome heavy duty rockers. We got the super awesome heavy duty front cross member and all the junk cut out of the front. Yeah, I feel like we're motivating and moving. Roll cage in it. Yeah, man, good times. So I think that's all we got for this video. Thanks for watching. Make sure to click the like and subscribe button, leave us a comment, and as always, enjoy.